Good morning again and welcome to my channel. This channel is different than most because I just try stuff. I don't know how it's going to work, but I watched a video about paper lace. And so once I watched that video, I said, oh my goodness, I have to shove everything off to the side and try this paper lace. And so I've got three different kinds of paper here. This one's kind of it's out of a book. It's out of a coloring book, actually, a reverse coloring book. And I just took that page out of there. And what I did was first I went on the sewing machine and I sewed the back and forth. I went all the way up and down this way, and then I went up and down the opposite way. So I took a piece of paper out of a old book, so it's like old vintage paper, out of an old book. And then this was a piece of just regular paper that you use in your scrapbooking or whatever. And so I have three different kinds of paper here. And I did that same stitching on each one. And okay, yeah. I'm always looking for stuff. And I've got a pan of warm water here. I have a pan of warm water. So I'm going to put all three of these pages in the water. Okay. And so now I have all of those pages in the warm water. And I haven't done this before. I've only watched it be done. And yes. And so here I have a towel. Tracy gave me this towel. It stitched around the chickens, and she stitched on the little things here, and she gave me that towel. Anyway, now once we get this good and wet, and the one I watched, she only left it in there for a little bit, so then you got to kind of wring the water out. Wring the water out of your paper. Okay, and then you open that paper. Gently open that paper up because it's going to start disintegrating or whatever. But this is going to be paper lace. So there, now it's all wet, and so I want to kind of rub it around. This is what they showed us. Okay, I'm going to kind of just rub it and then open it up again, and then gently open it up again. And as you can see, the paper is beginning to just disintegrate. It's just coming apart like you would expect paper like that to do. Let's see if I've got a piece of white paper right here as I reach. Okay. So you can see what that paper is doing. It's beginning to look really old and really this. Look how that looks. How awesome that the threading, the sewing, is keeping it quite together. But doesn't this look like it's found at some archaeological site? And so I'm going to just lay. Now the lady I watched, she used her blow dryer and stuff. And then you can go further than that too. So I'm going to just lay that over here on this. Get rid of that white paper. Boy, what it does. And those, when I put something white, my light goes nuts up there. But look at there. See, I just think this looks, and then you just let it dry. You let it dry naturally, or you can use your heat gun and dry it. And the more you manipulate this paper, the threads are going to stay. Okay, now I've got this piece out of the book. So I'm going to, this feels a little heavier than this paper that I just did. This feels a little bit heavier. So wring that water out of that. And yeah, see that when it first went in, it didn't, I like this. I think this has got the most awesome looking paper. I mean, effect. It has the most awesome looking effect as to make, and they call it paper lace. And then I looked, and there is a lot of videos that have to do with paper lace. So I would suggest you just put that in the search and look at all the different things. And then you can the more you manipulate the paper after it's wet, the more the paper is going to come apart. But the stitching then keeps your shape of your paper, and the more you do, the more you can lose the paper. You can pull pieces out too. You can, if you want, like one section of it to be maybe a little bit more lacy than another section of it. You can pull these pieces. I just like it to go natural, I think. Oh, I like it. Yeah. Okay, anyway, but look at that, how that looks. It just looks beautiful. That's paper. And then I have one more that I want to try real quick here. And this is, and you really just have to get it wet. You don't have to let it soak there. But I'm thinking if you did let it soak a little while, it's going to get more pulpy, and it's going to get more pulpish, and it's going to, when you pull it out, it's going to be more, it's going to just start falling apart faster or whatever. So I just manipulate the paper, and then, but that thread is going to hold that paper in place, sort of, and then we just, oh, this is going to be nice right here. And each type of paper you use, you're going to get a different outcome. Now this paper, when I started, now this, I don't know, because it's a different kind of paper, so I'm getting a different outcome already. And oh my. Now I think when I'm going to allow mine to just dry very natural, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. Now look at this one. Let me see if I can put this piece of white paper in here real quick without it bothering my light. Now look at that one. And that is paper. That's paper with the stitching on it. And they call it paper lace. And when this is dry, now when this is dry, I'm not going to make you wait till it's dry, because I just want it to dry naturally. I don't want to, I don't want to use the heat gun or anything on it. Ah! Oh, Papa, you scared me again. Jiminy Christmas.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. How's the rest of your family? Are they just as sorry?
Pretty sorry too.
They pretty sorry too? Okay.
Would you like to have some coffee?
Yeah, sure, darling. I would like that. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Do you need my cup? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Papa's going to get me some coffee. But anyhow, there you go. That is what I wanted to show you. And and this was my first time trying it after watching the video. Here I am, my first time trying. Papa, would you take this with you and just dump this water in the bathroom sink for me? Can you do that? Because I'm finished with this water, and so I don't want to slop it all over my desk. Slop it.
Pour it out.
Just pour it out, yeah, and I don't need the pan back. Just leave it on the counter, and I'll take care of it. But anyway, now, and what would you do with this? I'm not sure. Just love on it. Just love on it. That's it. Look at those 3 sheets of paper. Looks like you would go into the Smithsonian Institute and find these from some archaeological site or something. But then you can go into, dig out any of your journals, your paper, junk, whatever journals you want to call them, and you can look around and find a page. This journal has got a lot of weird pages, but I want to find a page that maybe there's a page that I can. This one looks good. That one looks good. I've got a few pages in here that I can still add things to. I just love my little paper. I don't do as much paper crafting anymore. Oh, this was from Trina Willoughby. So pretty. And anyway, what I'm going to do here now is just, okay, any of these pages will work really. But you can, like this one here, my paper is still wet here, so, but any page in your journal, and then you can take, I could even cut this once it's dry. I could cut that in half. But just to add a little bit of something beautiful to your journal, so later when you're, like I can look through this journal right now, and I've worked on it for so long, and I started it so long ago that looking through it, it just gives me joy to look at one of my pages. Is even just a envelope, but I put it right in there as a page, and then it's a pocket that I can keep things in. And so, let's see, but you can take, like, see this page, I just put some strips of paper on there, and then I can take this old paper, this really old paper that I dug up out of it, and look at this, if I were to put that on there, and then those colors show through the lace. Paper lace, girls. This is just amazing. I think it's just beautiful. So actually there's where I put the directions to a hobby dog. And you are stronger than you think. Look at that. And look at this. Look at this right here. This, I think, I am going to put this page, once it's dry, I'm going to put it right here, because I've got a note there that says you are stronger than you think. Now maybe I will put a piece of one of these. Like I said, you can cut it. You are stronger than you think. And this piece of paper on there, this piece of paper proves that you are stronger than you think. Because here you have this paper if that is all coming apart, but them threads are holding it together. And yes, that's just like your body, your soul, your being is stronger than you think, because no matter what happens, how many warm washes you go through, you are still you. This is still that same piece of paper. This here little, and I didn't plan that ahead of time. That's just how, well, that's just how the universe speaks to me. Universe, God, yeah. You are stronger than you think. This this is amazing. So this is going to just dry. I'm just going to let it dry, and that is a page it's going to go on for sure, for sure, for sure. That is going to it. And I just kept turning pages, and I found the perfect page that it's going to go on. So, yep, that's where it's going to go. So I'm going to make sure that I remember that, and I'll put a bookmark in there, like that's going to help me, yeah. And but this is one of my journals that I just absolutely love. I made it a spiral bound, and this one here, I love just going through it later. Later. I just love it. So I have another piece here. I might sew that. Another piece here that I'll sew, and I'll make more because just because I think it's great. And even if you were a greeting card maker, even if you're a greeting card maker, these are my papers from my Kaya. She's been working on them papers. My 3-year-old, my 3-year-old, yeah, and I'm gonna use them in a journal too. But now my train of thought just left, just left the train station without me. And so anyhow, just you have to agree that these are just beautiful if you're into paper crafting. Oh, what I was going to say is, like, if you make a greeting card, and okay, so you just fold your piece of paper in half, and you take and put, I like to take like a smaller piece of paper and then a smaller piece of paper that the same as the greeting card. I guess I'm not making any sense even to me. But then if you take a little piece of this and you put that on that front of that greeting card, and you have it just glued on there, and oh, and then one of the things the lady did, she went over her paper then with like clear gesso, and look, I can use that side too, and like with clear gesso. You could do that. You can do anything with this that you can do with. I'm just loving this one so much. But you can make a greeting card that doesn't even have to say anything. In fact, I gotta make a greeting card and send to my friend. I think I'm gonna use this, but this is really, like, if I cut a piece about that big, that's gonna fit on the front of a greeting card. And you don't even have to have any words on there. This is just going to make it amazing, just like this. You can see the little threads, the little strips of threads that's holding it together. And this is what's going to hold you together. I'm just thinking, oh, just what's going through my mind right now. It's just, um, um, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, and I'm just very excited about what I'm finding here with this paper. and and because I've been, I used to do a lot of paper crafting, but I kind of got away from it and doing different things. And so, okay, I took a couple more books off my bookshelf. Um, I got some good books, and this one is Letting Go and Trusting God, 180 Devotions for Life Tough Decisions, Bible Promises and Devotions for Difficult Times, and then another Helen Steiner Rice, which I'm going to go through. I'm going to find something in Helen Steiner Rice, Sunshine of Joy, and I'm just going to open it. And I must not have read this one very much because the spine is hardly even. Okay, and I read, if you're new to my channel, I read at the end of each video just a little something inspirational or whatever. And so that's what I do. And so today I'm going to read out of Helen Steiner Rice, her book, Sunshine of Joy. Is that what that says? Sunshine of Joy, yes. Okay, my God is no stranger. I've never seen God, but I know how I feel. It's people like you who make him so real. My God is no stranger. He's friendly and gay. He doesn't ask me to weep when I pray. It seems that I pass him so often each day in the faces of people I meet on the way. He's the stars in the heaven, the smile on some face, a leaf on a tree or a rose in a vase. He's winter and autumn and spring, summer and spring. In short, God is every real wonderful thing. I wish I might meet him much more than I do. If I would if there were more people like you. I like that. That's very good. My God is no stranger. You see him every day. And this is a beautiful book. Helen Steiner Rice, beautiful lady. So I'm going to let these dry, and I'm going to play with them after they're dry. But paper lace, give it some try. I mean, this is my first try at it, and this is how it turned out. And there's many videos showing paper lace. It's not something I've ever heard of before, but just skimming through my my feed in YouTube, it showed her there a video, and I said I gotta watch that, and that's where I said I have got to try that. Okay, thank you so much for coming by. I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe and secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble. And no matter how rough life treats you some days, which it will, stay another day. God bless and keep you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless.